So, Benjamin Aldritt, you now made it through the entire Movember growing experience. How was your 30 days of the Movember journey? Please tell us any kind of feelings you had, opinions, or personal stories.
Okay, actually, it was quite fun. It was definitely interesting. I mean, hadn't really thought about growing a mustache before being asked, and it was actually quite interesting to do some of the kind of basic analysis on what Movember actually was, just kind of what other people are doing on it, because I noticed that some friends were also participating in Movember, and then getting to know the new group of people that were actually participating in this group. And overall, it was really interesting. At first, it was kind of like, oh, it's just a mustache, but then you actually kind of got used to it after a while, and it felt actually very, very odd when it was shaved off at the very end. It was a very weird feeling of emptiness as a result of it.
Do you feel like having a mustache somehow changed you or altered your identity?
I think so. I think it was a very interesting conversation piece for a lot of people because they normally had never actually seen me with a mustache. My parents were a little bit shocked as well. They were like, "Oh," I think my dad was a little bit jealous as well because he was unable to grow a mustache of his own. So we'll have to try that next year to see if we can get him to participate as well and see all of the alternate men with mustaches, because I have two other brothers as well, so it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, you should do an Aldritt team in November.
But it was, I would say, well, it's a very defining aspect of your appearance, and if you haven't had one before, it's a very interesting conversation starter. So I thought it was very enjoyable to have it.
Cool. How effective do you think the Movember campaign was, in your opinion, regarding the men's health awareness aspect?
I think it was good. The initial surprise from a lot of people was actually it turned into a lot of interest because the mustache itself was so defining and so striking for a lot of people that they always wondered, like, okay, what's actually going on? Why are you suddenly growing a mustache? And so you actually were able to spend a little bit of time just talking about what's actually going on with people about Movember. So I think as a men's awareness campaign, it's very, very effective because you meet people on a daily basis. They might ask questions about it, and you get to have yourself. You get to have a little bit of fun, and you get to spread it as well, just through the photos that we were doing in this particular group and posting them every single day. I thought it's a very effective campaign, and it really doesn't cost anything. So that's cheap, easy, and very apparent.
Do you think that participating in Movember helped you connect with people, or do you feel like it somehow separated you from people having the mustache on your face?
I don't ever recall feeling separated from people. I would say it was certainly. I think you actually connected a lot more with people in general. Other men who haven't considered it before, I think there was this kind of consideration that they were thinking about as soon as they saw it, and as soon as you explained it to them, that like, oh yeah, I could do that as well. And you tend to get into a lot more conversations with people about it and able to spread the awareness. So I would say it's a fantastic way of connecting with people, because everything that you do with your face, I mean, it's one of the first things that people look at. It's just very, very easy.
And why would you like to participate in Movember again next year? Why would you like to do it again, or why would you maybe not like to do it again?
Why would I like? Well, the first question, I think, why would I like to participate again? I think it was just a very fun, approachable campaign. There's really no barrier to entry other than just you should be able to at least maybe grow a little bit of a mustache. That's not too challenging, but because even people who don't grow all that much, they can still participate.
Yeah, you just don't shave.
Yeah, you just don't shave. I think it would be. I think I will definitely be participating next year. And then the second question was, why would I do it again? Well, I think the men's health aspect is very important. And then just every so often you need to change up what you're actually doing in your life. And it's kind of a fun little retrospective that you do just by not shaving, because there's first the kind of like maybe cool factor is that as it gets to a certain length, it's like, yeah, this is looking really nice. And then it gets the itchiness factor of like, why the hell am I doing this right now? And then eventually it starts growing out and it starts looking a little more dignified. And so you get to kind of change your behavior over the course of a month. So it's actually, I think, it's a very good personal reflection period that you can do. And so it gives you a lot to think about.
Thank you very much for participating.
Yeah.
We all enjoyed your photos.
Yeah, thank you.